Do we actually? I don't think we have a Nomaya player here. Namaya's always been such a cool character to me. I really like playing her.
Good morning, everyone. We are live. We are ready to game. All is well with the world. If you are new to Morning Burst, we are a weekly Guilty Gear Exar tournament that Swiss style that runs every Sunday morning around this time. This morning we got a pretty good bracket for y'all. First up, we're going to have Yosagi, who I think is probably playing Venom today. Yeah. Signed up as the best Venom in my house. On comms, I am joined by my good friends Yuzu and TC. Good morning, y'all.
Good morning.
Hello.
Okay, let me turn y'all up. I didn't get to fix your mics. Okay, let's get these games going. If I can. What's the thing to type? I'm forgetting. No. Okay, I'll just tell him to go and shit. Okay, so we're gonna get Heikyun versus Venom. I have no idea what this matchup's supposed to be like. I imagine not fun for Heikyun.
I just know we're gonna see a lot of balls.
True, it's tossing your little balls around Sunday.
I would imagine that Heihyun will have problems with Venom's disjointed hitboxes. That's one of the things that tends to give that character problems with, like, you know, you need to hold forward to tune the ball or whatever, and then Venom's just r-slashing you, making your life miserable. Although, you know, probably the opposite side of that is that if Coom gets on top of you as Venom, you probably have a hard time getting them off.
Damn, definitive statement from Heihyun saying mine's dirty.
Oh my god, Croc signed up like super last minute. Holy shit, okay, Croc, sorry about that. Okay, we're doing a lot of air dashing here. Oh, not the Venom 6P. 6P. 6P.
That burst by Usagi felt that was a big gamble to, you know, take that round. It works out, obviously. I will note that Joy immediately presses 2P on wake up.
If you had Heikyun 2P, would you not press that?
I mean, even without it, I'm probably pressing on wake up, so.
Not a lot of ball pressure, we're just doing like ball setting. We're just doing like some block string pressure. I like that. I think Venom, the threat of setting balls is better, and hitting balls is better than actually hitting them sometimes. So I like that. Oh, that traded. The rare moment Venom 6P does not win.
Yeah, I think Usagi's doing. The strategy appears to be more to kind of like watch what Joy is doing and react to it. I think we're seeing a lot of like normals as opposed to kind of doing a lot of ball sets or necessarily running the craziest Venom pressure.
Yeah, I mean, if you're new to Venom, that's, I think, there's a lot of setups for it.
Yeah. Normals are very good for Venom, right? Like, some of the best in the game, and definitely taking the strategy of, like, I'm going to let this person move around and do their stuff, and I'll just press one of my, you know, incredibly privileged either anti-airs or ground pokes for when they, you know, mess up it's working out.
I think Venom 5K is underutilized by Venom players. I think it's a really good button.
I mean, there's just an opportunity
for 5K, but he's not a deficit for buttons, but it's so big for it.
It's a good button among great buttons.
This is fun.
Up here's the Dark Angel setup. Joy trades a lot of his meter, which no real choice.
Yep,
in that
so many
situation, you die if you don't.
It's a Super Bowl party.
It's so much tip, it's a Super Bowl party. Amazing. Ooh, but the counter hit 6P? Never seen. I do see that combo, obviously, but I don't see a lot of items go for it. Okay, we're tanking. Lots of hits. Lots of damage.
And there's the opposite side, right? Like, Joy is getting probably per hit more return. It's just been, hits have been hard to come by.
Especially with someone who says, like, yeah, these balls are not hitting meaty, but Joy obviously respecting them anyway. The threat of the ball hitting meaty, too scary.
I mean, there's also the possibility that, you know, Heihyun's such a large character on the screen that if you press, you could just get hit by.
By, like, a straight, like, air dash JK or something. You're in a worse situation than you're like, oh, the trade 6-8 jump round start.
I mean, every hit Joya's gotten, they've made it count.
Yeah.
Either with a good setup, a good Oki setup, or getting good damage from it. So. Definitely not that, it's just hard to get the hit.
Yeah. Joy is definitely known for having good conversions, and I think like one of the things that stands out is not just like the damage, but they're always comboing into like a good setup, right? Like not just to like, oh, you're on the ground and I'm gonna do something, but an actual like intentional, I'm gonna get my good stuff. Well played by both.
Yeah, that was
Usagi really. I was gonna say Usagi really, I feel like made use of like the normals, played reactive, which is kind of your privilege as the Venom player, right? Like you can kind of just, you can sit there, make them come to you, and then blow up any attempt to get in your face.
Yeah, he's got really good reactive normals, like you said. Like you don't have to be pressing most of his normals preemptively.
I'm actually not sure how that would even work for Venom. That's one of those like matchup specific things where if you don't know the specific button-to-button interactions, then trying to RPS by pressing a lot, especially against someone who you know is going to cash out every time they touch you, dangerous. You know.
Okay, I got my, let me go open the window. I got my ass. But yeah, this first round, everything got shuffled around and people were confused, so it's going to take a little bit for everyone to finish playing. But should not be too long. We can just chill here for now. You guys want to see a cute picture of Capybara?
Always.
You don't have to ask.
True. I saw this really cute video earlier.
Why are we watching Exerd when we can look at Capybara?
This is the question many are asking.
I think what we need to do is we need to get an Exerd mod where you can play as a capybara.
This would go hard. Who do you think would be over the capybara? Look at this fucking thing. How do you even get this small?
See, I feel like we just watch the character I would want, because you could have like the mech capybara that Heihyun had.
That'd be amazing. Look at these little guys. Oh, you are so fucking small. How did you even get this small? Okay, that was not the video I was gonna show you. Let me see if I liked it. I don't know if I liked it. This one. The so-called free sinkers when they get a scritch under the chin. Oh my god, they look so blissed out. I like this guy. This guy is like chilling fat. Oh wait, there was another really funny one that Mikey sent me. Let me see. Oh, this tweet makes me laugh so hard. I think the unnerved version of Seth's act kicks is the move, one of the most mindless moves I've ever used in a fighting game. That unnerved, that move really was just you win.
Look, sometimes the devs, they just make decisions, you know.
Honestly, yeah. I feel like with Woshige being on the design team nowadays for Street Fighter, a lot of decisions are being made.
You know what? If you play with gender, you deserve it.
So true. Seth is my icon. Where is this fucking? Okay, there it is. Mikey sent me this shit and it killed me. Look, I didn't know he was fresh like that. This looks like the Peppery Splash video. Look at the capybara getting a haircut.
God.
It looks so... It's just like, yeah, sure, whatever. I gotta retweet this. Okay. I think we're probably a bit closer to getting to round 2 now. So I will put the capybaras on hold. Yeah, we are in round 2. Nice, that took just long enough.
Let's see Prox versus Tom Tom.
Yeah, let's get Prox versus Tom Tom. That'll be fun. And then who else should we get? Let's get...
Eddie versus Leo might be interesting. Although I think that's Millie a pot, right? Like, don't
That
Millie
is
players
Millie
do
a
that?
pot. I think
Maybe
this
that
will
would
be
be
good.
one.
I'll put it on stream. I think those two styles of players are very compatible for a good set. Okay. Okay. The feminine urge to Fafnir goes hard, Yuzu.
Thank you.
Well, you always have the best names. Yuzu's name used to be My Chemical Romance Cancel.
Damn, that's pretty good.
It goes so hard.
That's-
I did that in check-in. Fuck! Why do I always accidentally send, I always accidentally, cause like, so when I do TMN, there's no check-in, channel. So I always end up accidentally, just clicking on that because it's where my stream channel would, my check-in channel, my stream channel would be, and TMN. So I end up clicking on it and like sending the Steam, the stream notifications in there, stream pings. It sucks for me. Leo is like the undominable human spirit. Like, his pot just like never gives up, never
Never surrenders.
never surrenders, never like, it's never over for him.
Getting that in before.
Before he
Yeah.
has bangs. Okay, so Milia versus Pot. The thing I know about this matchup is defined by the fact Pot can't do shit when he gets knocked down. And Milia has some of the best neutral in the game, so it's very hard for Pot to play neutral in this matchup as well.
Yeah.
I mean, never back down, but always down back, am I right?
So true.
I do not think that is a good strategy against Potemkin. I believe you should be fuzzy jumping.
Okay, we got knocked down in the corner already. No confirm made, didn't have enough to RC8. I figured just a nice ID, he's trying to look for a pot buster around there too.
Two quick RCs for Leo. And it's gonna make this round really hard.
Oh, I can't believe he didn't do it. For not canceling that. Oh, I tried to blitz but got hit below. The roll, Green says the roll pressure is crazy versus Potemkin. Like, yeah, I have a hammer fall break too.
Alright,
That did
Leo
so much
definitely caught Teddy
damage.
being ambitious.
Leo says, if you got the perfect, I'm gonna get the perfect back. Ah, the 4-8.
We have only seen throws today.
Oh, if he
Wow,
charged
that
that a little bit
perfect.
longer, he would have gotten a good combo there.
Yeah, we've definitely seen Leo making heavy use of system mechanics to fight back. And really nice air throw there.
I think it's
God, apart from the blitz, Leo only landed throws.
True. He didn't. He like besides straight hits, did not do an actual combo.
Really
This is
nice
the
back
play.
dash from top
Peak
buster.
Potemkin gameplay.
That was a great back dash.
And my understanding of why Milia is so strong has a lot to do with her lack of needing to really commit the options. So if you're kind of zooming around and never committing to anything, then a slow character like Potemkin is definitely gonna
Has to, and Potemkin, a character known to have to commit to make things happen. Oh, that was a good IB. I know he tried to throw there. Might eat shit for Reed. Ooh, that was scary. Leo takes game 1. I told you this would be a good set.
Leo is very strong. I will admit that the last time I played against Leo, I did not have a good time.
He's strong and very like hard to fight. He has this thing where he's like feels unconditionable and then gets conditioned and then just like becomes unconditioned again. He's very hard to get the read on. Oh my god.
Leo feels like there's definitely a commitment to the game plan, and if that's the correct game plan, that's what I should be doing. And just because, it didn't work out like initially, then, rather than abandon the game plan, get desperate, really makes use of, Potemkin's large health.
You have to do that as a prepper. That's why I think Snake Eyes does so well. Is because like you never get stuck on. Oh my god! You never
Close to your garden, nerd.
You never get like I think a good grappler player never gets stuck on lost interactions. They never. It does not process for them. They just keep going. They keep playing the game plan. That's their game plan. They're gonna keep doing it. And if they do it smart, it'll work. You know? Oh my god, that far slash. Anti-air far slash, let's go. Oh no, missed the 2K. Okay, probably a burst that needed to happen. That was not going to be a good situation.
For how well Leo was playing keep away on the pen, not a ton of damage on Milia.
I mean, like, Milia is hard to, especially for pot, hard to, like, get good conversions off straight hits, just because of her lightweight, her weird hitbox, and she's usually hits you. Oh, we're gonna get the IK.
No.
She usually hits you so high in the air. You usually get a hit on her so high in the air. You can't do any kind of like meaningful conversion unless you air to air, which a lot of times air to air convert, which a lot of times like characters either don't get knocked down off of up high in the air, or don't get like a ton of damage from.
Worth noting that winger into IK, now Milia players will tell you, and we always got to be a little suspicious when Guilty Gear players tell us anything, but they will tell you that is the only way that they're going to kill in a lot of situations, which is not always true, but they're definitely, Teddy had absolutely no other way to kill Leo.
I would say probably as well. It's like at least Milia against Pot specifically, like you do not want to be taking an extra chance for him to get like a Papa Storm, you know?
Yeah, I'm not even sure that with Guts that most of Milia's combos would even have killed with a second hit, so it may even have been 2 more hits. And
and as a Milia player against like a character who does a ton of damage, you cannot be taking that risk. Milia players, I know for beginner Milia players, one of the hard things is, finishing with it. She has a hard time doing it, and it's hard to do. So, for even any new player on any character. So I think knowing the IK route so that you can not have to interact one more time is very important.
My understanding is that she is one of the characters that has one of the bigger differences between her easier combos and her more optimal combos in terms of execution. And, no matter how much you practice in training mode, right, like it's different to do it in game and it's different to do it against, specifically Potemkin, right, these like super heavy characters often have weird hitboxes, they suffer a lot from like gravity, and so you gotta, maybe I'm wrong about this for Milia specifically, but I would imagine that like that requires an extra level of knowledge and practice and experience to be able to like get these get the combos that actually lead to the good setups, because there's quite a significant difference in Milia combos between whether you're going to get like the fake Disc Oki or whether you might get like Secret Garden, and good luck blocking Secret Garden.
Yeah. Also, Milia has to know, like, I feel like the way her like optimal like conversions work mid screen, it's like you have to know. It's not like a thing where you just feel it out, and you have to, one, feel it out, and two, know the height adjustment on each character, which is really difficult.
Now we have made it into the final round of the final game. I would say that I get the sense that Teddy's movement has changed over the course of this a little bit. Seems to be getting like closer to Leo, and the straight hits are actually kind of like there's been more of them, and Teddy's done a good job of converting them into knockdowns, where like I think the first first game or two, definitely the case that he was staying away a little more, but it works out for him.
Teddy takes a 2-1. SPZ taking it over Usagi's Venom, let's say. So next up we're gonna get Crocs and Sogs versus Tom.
Yeah, Kai versus Venom is not a Kai player's favorite matchup. Yeah. It's not your least favorite, but it's close.
This will be, I assume, Slayer versus Luo, yeah. Crocs is one of the high-level players that I don't think I see him like mess around on Axel or something, but like no matter what, you're always gonna see him pull out Slayer in tournament, which is I respect.
Crocs has a respectable several characters, yeah, of which he routes on many.
Oh.
Now, this is an interesting player matchup. TomTom is very solid. Maybe one of the more reserved Leo players. Has extremely good conversions if you get touched by TomTom users. As we see here.
As you can see here. Might die here, yeah. That was such good routing to get the kill there.
Slayer is not a low health character. Dying from that much health is very impressive. I think that, Crocs' play, at least in my understanding, is based pretty heavily on understanding player habits. So my guess is that we will see him try and take advantage of TomTom's solidity by doing the normal sort of things that take advantage of that, right? Being ambitious, maybe going for, as long as you mix it up, you can do some stuff, right? You can try and get away with some stuff. Knowing that the other player may not necessarily have a preemptive button now, or they may be trying to react to what you're doing, but if you do something that they didn't expect, it's very hard to react to. Also, Crocs, another player with exceptionally good conversions. Very good, I think, too, at picking up stray hits.
Oh, that was actually really smart. Knew that that TomTom was going to be down backing there. Was looking for an IAD or a jump or something to flash kick. Knew he was going to be down backing, so he just did the Helter to get the low. That's something you have to abuse on charge characters a lot, especially the characters with a flash kick, because invincible flash kick, because characters with invincible flash kicks, they don't want to lose that charge. If they're looking to anti-you, they're looking to anti-you. They're focusing on that. Oh my god.
Here, burst on.
This is dead.
Like, you gotta be so smart to play funny.
That's true. You have to be smart to play funny and for it to continue to work. Which is very impressive.
Crocs is definitely a knower, right? Like, yeah. He knows what your character does. He knows what you want to do as a human being. Like, he just knows. And he's ready for everything. Uh-oh, we're getting bite loops. That is not what you want to be doing on a Sunday morning.
We're gonna make Crocs pay for that.
Well, but Crocs has 100 meter, and Crocs refuses to burst combos, which is not actually true. Crocs does like to save burst for Dot, but Crocs will burst combos if he's losing. He just knows. He just knew.
I mean, you got 100 meter there. You know he's gonna try to put out 5H. Like, you're high enough. 5H is like so strong on Leo to just like keep people from doing anything in that area.
Yeah, I think one of the difficult things about playing, against Slayer, you really don't want him on top of you. And in theory, Slayer's movement is somewhat predictable and linear. And so, like, the temptation to put out a very active button is high if you see him moving. And it just so happens that Crocs is so good at this character that, you think you're gonna... Like, the thing that would work against, like, every other Slayer player just does not work against him. And...
Like, how many times has Crocs just taken it off of one really good read?
Yeah.
It's like, damn.
TomTom is an exceptionally strong Leo player, right? Among the very best in all of North America. And, definitely able to fight effectively against Crocs. Crocs, as was pointed out in the chat, is in fact just that guy sometimes. And when Crocs has really got a read of a character-player combination, he is very scary. Okay, this is an interesting one. I would expect sliced bread to be on answer. My understanding is that they're now kind of permanently on answer. I don't know if that's not correct. Someone let me know. Yeah. And then SBZ, quite a strong Kai player. My understanding of this matchup from having gotten beat very badly by Hype for Sliced Bread and then talking to him is that Answer's actually pretty advantaged on a button level, like in neutral. Kai cannot just kind of wildly press and, take advantage of 2S and far slash, which you really like to do, but instead has to be kind of respectful. There is a necessity of once you knock the Answer player down as Kai, you are now at a huge advantage against Answer, as long as you know how to deal with what Answer's kind of defensive tools are. Another thing that I have heard about this matchup is that Kai's aerial stun edges, when used effectively, are actually quite good against Answer's movement. And if you are set up with seals early, you may be able to stop Answer from setting up and moving around. So we'll see how that actually plays out. Kai 6P just lost on the button interaction. That's actually crazy. That button is very good. We saw there one of Answer's best tools, which is Card YRC. It is very strong and honestly kind of annoying to play against on any character who has slow acceleration. It is effectively instant.
Like, Bread he just knows.
Now we see SBB back off on round 3. Now SBZ just represented Blitz. It didn't work out because Bread went low, but you definitely do have to show that you're going to Blitz against Answer. I think SBZ is certainly making an effort to stop Bread from setting up. It's just difficult, right? Like when someone's as good as Bread.
Yeah, by the time you're thinking that you gotta blitz the pressure, Bread's going low. He's playing the stack.
Yeah, SBZ on kind of 2 confirms in a row there, just unfortunately wasn't able to finish either. Now, the first time it worked out because Bread actually just whiffed a burst completely, and then SBZ was able to pick up off of it. I think not getting the knockdown on that corner one was, you know, definitely painful. And now, see, Bread has 4 scrolls set up. Really nice Ivy throw. Yeah, unfortunately, SBZ is
Like, Brett is really showing you can just play a ground game with answer.
wow,
Oh,
what
great.
an air-to-air. Ivy throw. Yeah, playing against Answer, you know, you may not have as many opportunities to play against this character due to his relative lack of popularity. And SBZ has done several things that looked like the correct option, but didn't quite work out. And I wonder if that's just a, you know, the specific Answer hitboxes. We see another whiffed burst. This should kill. That was really impressive. SBZ's routes are definitely, you know, getting a lot of damage when he gets the hit.
God, Brett answering that.
I think unfortunately Brett has won most of the round starts. There we saw again, I think that's Answer 2D. Just like immediately getting SBZ on the ground, Brett set up. It's just, it's painful, right? Like, this character needs time to get his scrolls set up, rather. And taking that trade on round start, we actually had seen SBZ back up on round start a couple of times to avoid that.
God, and a 5H to take it.
Bread definitely found a different gear for the last game.
I'm talking and my mic isn't on. Let me take myself off push talk. But yeah, this should be interesting.
Yeah, I'm not sure about this mirror match. I feel like this is what, like, Soul is a character who can be played quite distinctly to the individual. And I am not certain whether it tends to favor the more aggressive player or the more patient player. I would probably assume the latter, just because if you ever get counter hit by Soul, I'm sure even Soul dies to Soul.
Yeah, Soul with a pretty normal amount of health. I wanted to highlight the round start there. Mikey got Soul 5H and went for the SJI. Didn't get it, but went for it. I appreciate that.
We are definitely seeing some 5Ds. In fact, Neurozone went for meaty 5D, which I'm not sure if was intentional, but was definitely an interesting choice.
I think Souls can be plus as a meaty. I'm not sure that's why they went for it, but I think it can be plus as a meaty. This is pretty good.
Okay, we're going a bit wild.
Doing work. When in doubt.
Oh, it's gonna be a good version. Almost got dusted. Oh no!
Yeah, Mikey has definitely been going for that 6P Bandit Bringer, even at ranges it won't work, so it was nice to see.
Yeah, you've been learning so lately. Learn from the best.
Yeah.
You've been learning from Kayan and oh my god.
Kayan, Fut, and Neil, yeah.
Yeah, I was
Balance by is key.
I know Fut was in. Oh my god.
Oh, that is tragic. Dragon install is definitely it's definitely a choice.
I think any soul that wants to use Dragon install needs to learn how to use it safely. Because there are safe ways to go into and out of Dragon install, and a lot of souls that use it don't seem to do it.
I'm gonna make the statement that if I ever see you Dragon install, I now know everything about you as a player. I know you're gonna mash on wake up. I know you're gonna DP every opportunity possible. I'm gonna be fuzzy jumping every pressure string because I know you're gonna try and wild throw me and do something silly.
Have you ever played Fut, TC?
Played who?
Fut, Fut Buckington. His name in the lobby is usually Birthday Train Night Raid Vortex.
Full screen.
Full screen Birthday Train Night Raid Vortex. Whatever. But he is a wild soul. That like a soul where he will use DI, he will do the stupidest shit possible, and it works because he's got just like the best Yomi and the best understanding of the character and how the game works. But he is like one of the most terrifying souls I've ever played against, besides like Neil.
Right now, for if either of these players watches back, I'm gonna say this out loud so that you know the tag Crocs has shared with us. That counter hit Dragon install DP followed up by I guess another DP will in fact stun. That's the tech.
We're giving you the tech. Oh, it gets flipped. It doesn't get walks backwards a little bit. Doesn't get the. Jumps back. Oh my. Okay. Clown choose interaction. We're waiting on one set to finish.
Yeah. We have a shout out to the dog on this stage.
Shout out to dog. CHDP will stun.
Oh, yes.
So you gotta get, but you know, Soul doesn't have a hard time, DP will stun. I'm so glad you know this, Crocs.
Yeah, this is one of those things that you would ask, why do you know that? But like, we know why you know
With Crocs, it's like, why wouldn't you know that?
Yeah. It's true. These are the sorts of things that you do need to know. I once asked Crocs for advice when I was first coming back after rollback, and he told me to practice IK combos.
He's so real for that.
Right? Like it was good advice. I never did it. I should have though. I should.
I mean, IK combos. The thing about IK combos is like we were talking about with Milia. Like any character, it's good if you can't kill them, do it. The big problem I have with IK is I have trouble recognizing that the conditions are met to get gold IK. So.
Well, that's just because it's not top of mind for you. You got to go into the game thinking I'm going to IK every single time possible. Then you'll get.
Yeah.
That's
and with Jacko has like no real like consistent way to combo into IK. She's like not doing it much. Because you have to rely on baby hit stun to do it if you're gonna do it like outside of like 5D. So it was never really a thing I thought about much with her. I pub stop so I can focus on stuff like that.
mean, listen, if you get hit by enough IKs because you play the sort of people who do them to you, eventually you will also start to develop that habit.
Yeah. Okay, we're on to the next round. Let's find, who do we want? Get SBZ versus Arc, that should be fun. And let's get Teddy versus Tom. Well, let's get Megs versus Count Black, that should be fun.
I mean, Arc, the problem with Maze IK, much like, frankly, the characters that I play, is that it's just not that interesting, right? Like, some characters have good IKs, and some characters have bad IKs. Slayer IK, very good. I would understand why Slayer players want to go for IK. LFL players, I mean, they do, but that's not because the IK is good. It's more just that, you know, we're bad people.
I feel like LFL's IKs are so hard to combo into.
I believe that would count as downplaying, Dove.
Is it?
Yeah.
I just heard like a lot of her IK setups are pretty difficult, but that's also from my friend who like downplays her a lot, so could be wrong.
There are quite a few Alpha IK routes. They're not the easiest, but they're also not the hardest stuff she has. So.
Yeah.
And there are the most defensive one from my perspective, or rather what I would say is what I would assume is from other people's perspective that don't play Alpha, is that she can technically IK off a throw.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
How fast is Alpha's IK? Okay, so we got Megs versus Count Black. Count Black recently used to play Ram, recently switched to Potemkin. Megs, as we all know, is a wild boy. A rude boy, too. He will IK and do weird taunt shit, like, all the time.
Now, you cannot do that in this matchup, though.
Yeah.
Opinions on this vary. I know a lot of Potemkin players don't like it. You know, it's Potemkin, right? You're not used to having, like, all your matchups are kind of a struggle even when they're good. My understanding is that this matchup is quite close to even when played very well on both sides. One of the things is that you're not really supposed to use your projectiles as Kai in this matchup outside of Okazeme. At least that's, again, my understanding. And then you play footsies against Potemkin, and you're advantaged. Just on Edgewire C, LOL, that's the matchup. Okay.
Oh, we got them.
Leo weighs in.
I am tempted to trust Leo. I've actually heard that this matchup is even from Kai players. For the most part.
Kai players, and they have to think about their opponent's defensive options.
No, this is like Kai is interaction the character. I'm not, you know, there's nothing unfair about him at all. Not Stun Dipper or real 50-50s that hit same frame or anything like that. I do wonder if you do stun edge YRC a lot and you take all that meter penalty, killing Potemkin's hard without Sacred Edge.
Yeah, definitely.
He kills you a lot faster than you kill him. Another thing that I find frustrating about this matchup is that, you know, actually to your point, Dub, about just wanting to actually, like, just pressing buttons. Oh my god.
Megs.
Yeah, so Leo's having four. Yeah, I
like
agree.
200.
Blitz IK you're definitely feeling a certain kind of way.
I feel like Megs is constantly feeling himself. No matter what. He could be getting shat on, and he'd be feeling himself.
And if you're not showing, you'll run up Blitz. Why not?
That JP hit opposite side. It cannot be overstated how good this character's buttons are. Yeah, Count Black here just having a lot of trouble, like, working around the up backs are really killing them right now.
Well, I think that's a good strategy from Megs in general, right?
Yeah.
This is probably also a matchup where, you know, like I think this is fair to Potemkin players to say that they often have to put in like more work even in even matchups. Again, not saying that this matchup is necessarily even, but even in those matchups, Potemkin player often has like much more burden of knowledge, and I need to know the answers to everything. At the end of the day, if you don't know how to deal with what Kai wants to do, you know, the whole Kai doesn't do damage thing is absolute gaslighting. Character actually does incredible damage under the right circumstances. And here we've seen a lot of like using projectiles to bully. Meg's kind of got away with doing Stun Dipper and not spending the meter to RC it there.
Oh, nice. I kind of like that there. If they hadn't pressed the second 2P, I think. Oh my god.
Now, I don't know. I don't think that one was intentional. That one may have been throw OS.
Oh my god, Megs. You better win this.
No, if you miss the IK, you're supposed to lose. That's all.
IK to lose is a truth. You're taunting now? What the fuck, dude?
Anyway, nice of Count Black to take that one. No one who whiffs IK deserves it.
You didn't get IK. That's a moral victory. I'm declaring.
Okay, cringe IK. Okay, next up we're gonna have SPCs versus Arc. I'm really excited to see this one.
Yep. Now. Yeah.
Everyone going for player 2 because they know we'll judge their stage and music choices.
We are rather judgy.
Please just don't pick the Axel stage. It's just like that, or you know.
Oh, did SPC kill you and kill Arc at SPC? I need at ECT. I need the not ECT, ECC. What's that?
Okay, so SBZ's Canadian too then.
Oh, okay, yeah. Canadian moment. A very respectful music here.
Really good anti-airing by SBZ so far.
You gotta be good at that with Mei. And Kai is uniquely, oh, nice! Uniquely, suited to anti-air her. With things like 2H.
As long as you don't backdash.
Yeah. The backdash so poopy butt.
And see, this is why, right? That actually is exactly what happened there, is Arc jumped at SBZ, SBZ was backdashing, and then this round changed momentum very quickly.
Yeah, on paper, like, SPZ has been winning the ground game. All Arc really needs is one good air hit.
Baited the burst. Could have gotten a little bit more there from that. These Canadians.
Now see, Arc specifically looks for the Tech JS off the wall. I know because I've gotten hit by that many times. It always looks like, you know, you're gonna get out of there, and Kai Tech JS is it's a button, but it can be beaten if you're intentionally looking for it. And Arc has a couple of things that I think that Kai players often want to do reflexively that he's got real solutions to, and that's a big one. Because it really looks like you should be getting out of there, you're pressing JS, you're fine, and then... Now, one thing I've seen SPZ anti-air with a couple of times is Kai 5P, which which is actually quite a good anti-air button in some circumstances. Also, another thing we saw is SPZ went into a 2S in a string, which seems to always get people bursting.
Oh, you want to burst so bad, it's so stupid. Oh, that was the furthest ticker I've ever seen.
Art got a little ambitious with that setup. Now SBZ here went for like the best Oki you can get on Kai, which is the split seal micro dash 2D. Ended up working out for him. Although then subsequent interactions did not necessarily.
I need to redo the scoreboard for Morning Burst. It's kind of wet.
Oh, I shouldn't
nice
have combo
whip
just
punish.
JP.
As you can see, Arc, like, after getting a knockdown, has not gone for Hotline's Arc at all. Because SPZ showed the first time they did it. First time Arc did it, he showed he was worth it. And so Arc is just choosing to either not do it anymore or save it for later in the set when SPZ has shown that he isn't worrying about it anymore or doesn't have to even focus it.
Yeah. Arc will also go for the beach ball setups as much as possible, I think, or at least that's my feeling. I think that he really likes the beach ball. It gives you a lot of opportunities to do stuff, right? And nobody wants to have stuff done to them.
Stuff?
I mean,
Not even
yeah,
once.
the ideal way to play Guilty Gear is like you get to do all the stuff you want to do, and your opponent doesn't get to do anything. Let's see. I'm looking at the round to see some of the results. Okay, so TomTom takes it 2-0 over Teddy. We're still waiting to see back from Crocs and Hype for Sliced Bread.
And that'll
Joy
be
2 on
Crocs
Jig.
and Bread will be a tiebreaker because they are both currently tied in the scores right now. Bread has one more point difference. Probably because he beat Teddy and TomTom. Damn, they're taking forever. Okay.
Maybe they're, going final game, final round, bunch of timeouts. They're inspired, inspired by the play of Babalu to go to the last second every round. If that's what works for you, do it.
And I can't
get over this
imagine.
category getting- Oh, go ahead. Excuse me.
I just can't imagine as an answer wanting to get into like an honest ground game against Slayer.
Yeah, maybe not. He does have like 2D is probably really good for stuffing a lot of Slayer, 2S too, but definitely not the favored way to approach and play that neutral.
I'm trying to think. I honestly do not know very much about Answers Okazeme as it interacts with Slayer. Lots of characters, the normal thing that they want to do often just doesn't work for Slayer. So you have to like have, I don't know, like some characters are privileged and what they do just works anyway, and some characters, usually ones who have like meaty setups, I think tend to struggle a little bit with their normal setup anyway. They may have some alternative that works.
Okay.
Actually, it's an interesting question. Who knows anything about answer frame data?
It's very good.
Yeah,
Well-
I think like all the answer guides describe it as normal as being like think Souls but maybe a little bit worse. So he has
Yeah.
decent frame data.
of course, there are usually two things that you want to have at least one of those things to fight Slayer. Either have your buttons be fast or have them be active. If you're really privileged, you can have both. I am not certain about the active frames on answers. Also, he is hard to find on the character select. Like
He's right next to Bacon. What? Yeah, you can have that one. Sorry, my husband wanted Monster Energy. Let me see. So, the buttons, I think, would be most active. This 5K is 5 frames. 5 frames active. CS, obviously, very active.
2K has 6 active frames. It's a little slow, but, you know, that's some good frames.
Yeah, it's looking like a lot of his normals are pretty active for how fast they are.
2D does have 6. Which is not terrible. There are some moves in this game that really just ruin Slayer's day. Like Kai 2D.
Jacko 3H is really bad for him, yeah. A lot of Jacko's buttons are really bad for him.
Ark is highlighting Maze 2D.
Oh yeah, or for like 3K? Holy shit. Shit would eat him alive.
Well, 3K, it's got a ton of active frames and it's quite fast. It's just, are you willing to press on 3K against Slayer? Because if you whiff that, then you may literally die in one hit.
Yeah. Okay, so we got Brad versus Top.
And it's like I always say, I don't know Tom that well, so I gotta call him Thomas.
So true.
Isn't a tom-tom a type of drum, though?
It is.
It is a mac and cheese dish.
Interesting.
Until told otherwise, I'm just gonna assume he's named after the dish.
It's also a mapping and location technology application. Oh, the GPS tom-tom.
Something interesting we've seen is that when Brett has thrown the card down, TomTom has not advanced at all. I wouldn't be surprised if it was difficult for Leo to get around the follow-up based on like his movement options.
Character does not have the Hey Ray, how are you today, Ray? Oh, nice today.
Yeah, Brett actually blitzed twice there, in more or less, actually 3 times basically, in consecutive interactions. May feel like he has either feels like he has a read on what TomTom wants to do in pressure, or just doesn't want to deal with, maybe reading some sort of left-right, or just doesn't want to deal with the option at all. Okay, that just hit behind, so that's a thing. Also, we see here that after blitzing, Red immediately set up scrolls. I don't know if Leo can even stop that without being like, I mean, you wouldn't be a back turn with super because of the burst, I suppose, so.
Yeah, I don't know, a lot of what Answer does in this matchup just seems like so like ambiguous that Leo has to like hard commit to do anything about it, and that's like scary. Oh my god.
Definitely, Answer is super slippery. Answer has a lot of things. Like, the onus is really on Leo to guess. And sometimes it works out for TomTom, and there it didn't.
TomTom also representing Blitz a fair amount, which you have to do against Answer, but got clipped low.
Definitely part of the reason that low exists.
Now see here we see the exact same interaction, right? Bread bursts, immediately sets up the scrolls, and it just doesn't look like that's even challengeable by Leo. I don't think he can get over there fast enough to do anything about it. certainly not like kind of near the round start where he doesn't have, you know, a ton of meter.
Like, I think there is a lot to be said for how good Brett is at cycling through options, but also, if you just look during, like, Brett is playing an incredible ground game as well.
I think the ground game definitely enhances when he goes into the air. On a baseline. If you're playing a good ground game, when you go into the air, they have less of a chance to. They have less time to take note of how your actions in the air and your behavior in the air, because they've been dealing with you on the ground the whole time. Therefore, going into the air becomes stronger.
I will also point out that you know, Brett has really played active on defense. We're seeing a lot of instant blocks, a lot of blitz. The last interaction, Brett, like, I beat like 2 moves and just was immediately, oh, that is
no
so
fucking
sad.
way. The one frame of the roll on that.
I liked so much what TomTom was doing. Brett is just kind of that guy.
Okay, we're gonna get another Leo. We're gonna get the opposite end of the Leo spectrum. We're gonna get Jigs up here with Espada.
Now, I feel like these two play all the time.
They do. It is very much a player matchup at this point.
Yep. 2 NorCal, like, big button people.
Yeah, these are definitely 2 players who I do not think would be able to deny the button presser allegations, but they're very good at pressing the buttons.
Yeah, definitely 2 very good scramblers as well. With characters, like, Meg's a good scrambler, but, you know, Leo's not the best scrambler, so 2 characters that are not the top class scramblers, players who are very good at using their tools to scramble.
Yeah. I think also Jigs is really inventive on offense, right? He's a player that you have a conception of how Leo wants to play on offense, and then Jigs can do that, but there's also kind of another layer of really interesting ideas. Good ideas, too. I don't mean like the kind of...
Yeah, no, I think one thing that's interesting about Jigs is, like, you know how aggressive he is, how much he wants that hit. His defense is pretty, like, layered and good for the type of offense he displays most of the time. Espada here playing right outside this range.
Yeah, I mean, Espada's done a great job just sitting at max range and throwing things out.
We have seen a lot of counter hits already, and then there, with the carry by Jigs, knowing that like Espada's probably going to put a button out.
Like, I think this is probably the most Street Fighter I've ever seen May played.
May, like, as little reward as she gets off her good ground pokes, they're very good. You're just not getting, like, you know, fuck you off big red bars with them. That would be at least.
Now, worth noting, both of these characters with pretty good stun resistance. Definitely a thing that enables you to play it that way. Jigs did wake up buttons and it worked. It traded.
I really liked that cross through there after the trade. Just a really good, like, little repetition on the scramble.
I mean, you can see why Espada has been playing that max range game since Jigs got one cross through, got a spot in the corner, and now it's even.
Espada spaced that really well. Because if Espada had been closer, that DP would absolutely have worked. They were both pressing, but Espada was very well spaced and managed to avoid getting clipped.
I also think a good choice of button there. That 5H is a good... 5H, like, as we know from Arc Theory, good button to just throw out. It has, like, no recovery. But also a good button that does not have a huge hitbox, a huge hurtbox. So...
Yeah, if you're gonna play this kind of style, where you're gonna be super active and be looking for counter hits, you do need to know the way that your buttons interact with your opponent's buttons very well, right? Because if you make a wrong choice, you are the one getting counter hit. And so far, at least this morning, Espada seems to have gotten the better of the trades.
Like when Jigs has gotten in, it has worked out super well for him. Espada's just been doing a great job controlling the game.
Oh, block the cross there. Oh my god, that was such good 3K. Holy shit.
Wow.
Another stun, and we're gonna go for the red IK!
Okay.
Espada is someone who will always go for the red IK if you get stunned.
I mean, it ends the round. There's no, you can't burst IK. You know, you can't get lucky. Once that animation starts, you are dead.
Yo, my boy Leo taking a game on Frog. Let's go. Leo Pros is so over. Good shit. That was a great set.
Yeah, I could see that the way that these two play, I would guess it goes back and forth, and it kind of depends on who's feeling a little better that day, right? Mm-hmm. You know, who's a little more on top of it, who got more sleep, who had a more, you know, nutritious breakfast.
But what did you do to Espada in Under Night yesterday? Jigs, please tell me. Dying to know.
God, I think we really gotta start psychologically profiling people by if they leave the room through the menu or if they leave the room by walking to the door.
It is like a specific distinction. My one, Drekia is amazing. So true. Landrekia's sick. I would probably play Landrekia if I actually grinded that game.
Do we have 6 or 7 rounds today, Dove?
We have 7. I'm only gonna put one in the next one.
Okay.
Yeah. What do we want on the stream? Leo versus Art.
Yeah, I was gonna say that sounds interesting. Red having a real good run today, 5-0. And second place right now, Crocs. Then lots of 3 and 2s. Wow. Tom, Leo, Usagi, SBZ, Arc, and Espada all at 3 and 2.
And honestly, you love seeing that many people do well.
Yeah, the Swiss format definitely gives folks an opportunity to, I think, show their stuff over a large... Like, because you get to play more games, you presumably get to play more different matchups. And if you have, you know, one matchup that maybe you haven't studied as much, your region doesn't have as many of that character, maybe you don't have any one of that character, depending on exactly where you play from. You know, I think we get a good understanding of folks' kind of like overall skill level. And also, it's certainly, you know, there's still the 1st to 2 skill set that you have to have for the Swiss, but you don't have the, like, quite the same necessity of going 0 to 100 because there aren't really breaks between your games, right? Which is itself a skill, so, you know, just highlights a different and interesting set of skills, and we see different results. Okay, we are already into this. So I will be interested to see how Leo deals with Arc. All May players love to play in the air, but I think that Arc is especially fond of being up in the sky. Arc caught Leo with the same, I'm going to let you tech off the wall, and you're going to press something, right? Tech trap.
I don't want to get bullied by Pot.
Arc is a command grab enjoyer. Looks for lots of opportunities. Sometimes will even reset you to get the... Heavenly Pot Buster to get out. Wow, Arc reads the burst. Oh, that's interesting. Leo jumps and blocks the ball in the air to just get it off the screen. Is he dead? Nope, not quite. 3K anti-air. That is a May player choice for sure. Oh, good IBs. Arc was definitely seemed to just jump like the first frame after too, so clearly trying to avoid getting thrown after the IBs. But Leo with an excellent choice. Instead went with an anti-air rather than trying to throw.
Arc has really been doing a good job at not getting hit by bursts.
Oh, but does not do a good job avoiding the Heavenly Pot Buster. Oh, I am shocked that he's not dead.
Love his Japanese guts.
Alright. The Potemkin, I'm just gonna press 5P a bunch because you have no... Okay, it worked. That was great.
Great hard call out.
Heat Knuckle whiff into Pot Buster. Interesting. So I'm guessing that Arc sees the Heat Knuckle, doesn't want to jump, expecting a second Heat Knuckle, and just gets Pot Buster. Arc does a good job blocking. That mix-up can be quite difficult. It's so visually ambiguous. The flames that Potemkin does are really big, and all of a sudden it is 1-1.
I mean, Leo is never out.
Yeah. Leo quickly adjusting to the way that Arc wants to move in the air, shut down a lot of the movement. Now we see, okay, Arc there knowing that, he has to change it up too. Double jumps over Potemkin. I mean, it's dangerous to spend that second air action, right? But knowing that had a good feel for what Leo had been doing prior, it makes that a great choice. Pot Buster, and all of a sudden health is equal. Both players making excellent use of backdash as a defensive tool on Wake Up.
Pot in the corner, what's he gonna do?
Potemkin, widely regarded as not a super strong character, but when he's got you cornered, just like every other character in this game, it is scary. And
I mean, Leo just also really showing that he can dig through the ditches, burn through the witches, and combo into 6K using Trishula.
Very timely Rob Zombie reference around Halloween.
So true. Arc looking real good this round. Leo has a significant burst advantage though for next round. I'm sure he won't burst this round.
Leo really did an excellent job defending that. Arc ran up, did Beach Ball YRC, got several opportunities, didn't quite get it, but excellent offensive effort by Arc, but slightly even. Goodness, English can be difficult sometimes. Slightly better defensive play by Leo, gets out of there. Makes that round really competitive. Alright, I think Leo now understands that Arc wants to backdash and tags him with a very active move on the jump in. And the Mega Fist to close it out. Well played by both. A lot of adaptation by both players.
And that's getting caught in the corner against Leo, huh? Yep, Leo, you are 4 universes ahead.
Okay, we have been asked for the Halloween playlist, and what I would say is pick any Bell Witch song and then Monster Mash on repeat 7 times.
The Pierces, is that what they're called? They did the theme song for one of their song was the theme song for the Pretty Little Liars, and they go so hard. They have an album called 13 Tales of Love and Revenge that like is like my peak. There's also, let me find this. There's a local band to me called. Let me turn off the sound for this one since we're waiting for some people to.
I'm trying to think. Is a band a good Halloween band if they dress up in costumes, but their music is not necessarily about spooky stuff, right? Because you've got bands like Gwar who have like the best costumes in the game, but their music's not really, what I would consider to be Halloween music. I think also something that makes it. Here's a hot take: a good Halloween song has to be one that gets better as you get drunker.
True. Okay, where is this song? They released a new album recently, and I hate their new album.
Yeah, I think I would be okay with Gwar simply because I'm fine with them in any situation.
They certainly fit the bill of like a song that like you're at the Halloween party, you've been drinking a little too much, you're enjoying other things, and like I think that's a big part of it, right? Is like. You want to have a good time on Halloween, right? Like it's supposed to be, it's a more fun holiday, and you're wearing your outfit that you spent a lot of time thinking about, or if you're a lazy person who went as themselves and you're getting judged, But one of the things that like makes it better, you have some fun music on in the background. That's why songs like Monster Mash are good Halloween songs. Like that song by itself, terrible. Would not listen to it outside of a Halloween context. On Halloween. Why not?
Yeah, so this band, Telenovela, they're a local band to me. I found them because they opened... Who did they open for? I can't even remember the band that they opened for because I liked them so much better. Might have been...
Theo is correct. All I Want for Christmas Is You is the greatest Halloween song.
So true. Okay, let's see. They're almost done.
Put that on, I'm leaving. I'm out of there. If I hear that, listen. We all have developed the skill. We can comprehend that is the song on the speaker within seconds. I'm gone if you put that song on.
It's really the beginning of the end song.
Truly a Halloween.
Truly a howling and dreadful song.
So real.
I think, unfortunately, our friends who work retail also like it is. If you put that on and folks are coming who have worked retail, like you are a villain and deserve to go to jail.
What's your favorite Christmas song? What's everyone's favorite Christmas song?
Cleaned up version of the Pogues' Fairy Tale of New York.
I think my favorite is like any version of Carol of the Bells.
That's a good one.
I like Blue Christmas.
Oh, that's a good choice too. The problem with so here's the thing, like Fairy Tale of New York is one of the best written songs, but like one of the verses has to go. It's a little too of its time, and the band that performed it originally, I don't think was quite up to fulfilling the vision of their own genius with what they wrote. So there's a really good, yes, Last Christmas is amazing, Espada. I agree with you there. But there's a particularly good performance of Fairy Tale of New York by Aoife O'Donovan, local musician to me, and Chris Thiele, former host of Live From Here, which used to be a Prayer Home Companion. I highly recommend for anyone who is not opposed to folk. One of my favorites. Moku with another great suggestion, Sufjan Stevens. Rat with MCR, All I Want for Christmas. Okay, you know what? I agree. Yes, everyone in the chat, I agree with. I haven't seen a bad suggestion yet. And the Last Christmas one is not only a great suggestion, they have recently done a 4K upscale of the music video for Last Christmas. which it didn't need because it's not shot well enough to deserve that. But definitely worth checking out if you are into 80s punk. Ark with a great suggestion. That is Trans-Siberian Orchestra, right, Ark?
I just want to say, since Dizzy's birthday is 12/25, Of She is a Christmas song.
So true. Well, that would also mean that March of the Wicked King is a Christmas song, because Axel's birthday is 12/25 too.
Sure. But, you know what? Who am I to say no?
Isn't Elfelt's Christmas too?
Yeah, if you are a Guns N' Roses reference, your birthday's on Christmas.
Yeah, her birthday is.
Alright, we've got as Moco has pointed out, the Soggy Venom.
And Yosagi hard to open up, but Croc's really good at finding those hits.
Yeah, I think as we see, the first time we saw Yosagi, it definitely felt like a big focus on the normals. I would expect Venom's normals, which have very good hitboxes and are often quite fast, to do a lot of work in this matchup. Maybe someone who knows this matchup can comment for us. And Ark, you are incorrect. Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. Common misconception. Taking place on Christmas is not the same as being in the spirit of Christmas. I do apologize.
I saw this. Okay, so have you seen the Christmas movie? What was it? The one that has I watched it. It was a. What was it? It was a. Croc Speaks the first one. It was a Netflix movie, and it had Kurt Russell as Santa, and I really enjoyed it. Let me see what that movie is. The Christmas Chronicles. I enjoyed that movie a lot.
So Usagi started off the round with 2S, a very common choice for Venom. It's very rare for a character to be able to beat Venom 2S. Crocs simply chose to not be there and then countered it. Yeah, I'm guessing that 5D was probably a 2D, heavily whiffed punish. So Usagi gives up the burst. Okay, now will Usagi have 50 meter? Yes, okay, so will there be a Dark Angel setup? No, because Crocs just gets hit. Oh, that's tragic.
Yes.
You
cannot make mistakes against Crocs.
Oh, run up 6P. Okay, so the prior round, Crocs had kind of backed off to whiff punish. This round, Usagi says, I bet you'll do it again. Runs forward and 6Ps and it works out. Stinger YRC, always a good choice in neutral. Okay, this Usagi kind of on his last chance here. Aw, 6P. Usagi pressed Venom 6P there many times in a row. Excellent choice. Unfortunately, Crocs gets through him. Blitz goes the wrong direction. But
I'm too low, but it was close though.
Yeah, nice to see the Usagi Venom. I think that character really fits in.
do we have anyone else on stream?
No, this is the last two we have today, so we're waiting for the rest of the scores to get set, and then we'll have our top 8. So right now it's looking like in our top 8, which probably won't change much this round. We got Hypersized Spread first, 6-0. Crocs second, 6-1. So if Bread beats Leo, then he would drop down, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Best Venom in my house, Yosagi, 4-3. Leo, 4-2. Hasn't finished this match yet. Tom 4-2. Espada, 4-2. Blitz, Teddy Treebark, 3-3. Common misconception, not all Milios are the same. SBZ, 3-3 is our top 8 right now, but we'll see how that shakes out after this final round. Since SBZ and Blitz are playing right now, that might change.
some really strong players coming out this week. Good games.
Yeah, it was great.
Really enjoy.
Who should we rate? I wonder. I don't want to go to my Twitter.
Well, Brett is streaming his run. I don't know if he'll continue streaming after.
Let's see who I'm following. Who am I following right now that's streaming?
Will say, I see many East Coasters have shown up late. Assuming you all were lazy and slept in, some of you need to get in here on the mic so that you don't have to listen to me next time.
Thank you so much for commentating TC and user. I really appreciate it. I'm recovering from being sick all week, so I can solo commentate, but I really don't want to solo commentate today. So thanks for stepping in, y'all.
Yeah, that's right, Ark. In the spirit of Christmas, all I want for Christmas is a stronger player than me to be able to comment on these matches.
I think
it's become tradition. I'm gonna raid Susie. Go ahead, Yuzu.
I just think that this tournament, every single West Coast person here is kind of a hero for getting up before 8 a.m. just to play Exer.
Yeah,
True.
no, that's dedication.
That is facts.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and raid Susie since we're like basically done. Thank you everyone for joining. Thank you everyone for playing. There will be another one next week. Thank you for sticking with me through the 2 weeks we didn't run it. Things were pretty bad, but they're looking better now. So have a good day, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.